the best affordable external SSDs for the 2018 MacBook Air.
It's time to shine. Give 'em what you got, baby. Time to show them.
Thanks for watching 9 to 5 Mac. Be sure to thumbs up, click the subscribe button, and then enable notifications with the bell icon so you won't miss any upcoming videos.
You are.
Put a little soul into it. How's it going, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? This is Jeff Benjamin with 9 to 5 Mac. We are talking about the best portable, affordable USB-C SSDs for the 2018 MacBook Air and any other Mac with a USB-C port. So first up is one of my favorites, the Glyph Atom SSD. Now what makes this thing special is its design, and specifically its durability and ruggedness. Of course, it comes with USB-A and USB-C cables, but here you can see you have that outer sleeve that's removable, so you can take that off, and that reveals the drive underneath. And what you'll notice immediately is that this thing is built like a tank. It is solid aluminum. Of course, on the bottom you have the little non-slip pads there, but this thing is solid aluminum, and it's not thin aluminum. It has a nice weight to it. It is hands down the most durable drive on this list. So if you travel a lot, you often find your accessories in precarious situations, then you may consider the Glyph Atom SSD. Now, on the opposite end of the spectrum, so to speak, is the SanDisk Extreme Portable SSD. This thing is super small. Of course, it comes with USB cable, and you have a rubber/plastic design, so it's completely opposite design and durability wise when compared to the Glyph Atom that we just looked at. Now, of course, no list of portable SSD would be complete without the Samsung T5. This is a follow-up to the T3, which was super popular from Samsung. Of course, it includes your USB cables there. But the nice thing about this is that it's super portable and it features an aluminum build. So it's not as durable as the Glyph Atom, but it's the next best SSD on this list when it comes to build quality. And yeah, I really like this drive a lot. And then you have the LaCie or the LaCie Portable SSD. This actually is basically the same drive as the Seagate Fast SSD, which we're going to consider as well. Of course, it has the USB cables inside. Now, its design is quite a bit different than the other drives on this list. It's basically a square. It's mainly comprised of plastic, but it has that aluminum top plate with a little nice orange accent going around that top plate. But it is a very solid built drive, even though it is mainly comprised of plastic. And the same thing can be said about the Seagate drive, which is, like I said, basically the same drive. It's just a palette swap and a name change. But with Seagate being the parent company of LaCie or LaCie, it all makes sense. So these two drives are exactly the same design-wise, feature-wise. Obviously, the only difference is the color and the name change, but you can expect a similar performance from both. And then the last drive is the My Passport SSD from Western Digital. Fun fact, Western Digital is the parent company of SanDisk, which makes the SanDisk Extreme SSD that we showed you earlier. And these drives are very much the same as far as form factor is concerned. Obviously, the design is a lot different with that two-tone design that Western Digital has here. This is a plastic drive, although the build quality is a little bit better than the SanDisk drive that we showed you earlier. But nonetheless, they are very similar drives as far as size. Even the accessories are exactly the same inside the box, so you can see those two side by side here. So here are all the drives in this comparison. So which one should you choose for your MacBook Air? Well, we're going to compare them right now. Let's start with performance. And the thing about these drives is that they all use the SATA 3 interface, and they all connect to your MacBook Air using USB 3.1 Gen 2. So they're going to all have similar performance across the board. Obviously, there are some little differences here and there, but for the most part, you're going to have similar performance across the board. So you need to really compare other facets of these drives to see which one's best for you. For instance, build quality. If you're looking for the best build quality, hands down, like I said before, the Glyph Atom SSD has the best build quality compared to all the rest of these drives. It is no contest in that regard. It is built like a brick. Now, the Samsung T5 is the next best drive on this list with regard to build quality. It's aluminum, and it's from Samsung, which has a great reputation in the portable SSD space. I don't think you'll have any problems when it comes to durability when using the Samsung T5. Now, the SanDisk Extreme portable SSD seems to be the polar opposite of those other two drives. This is completely comprised of plastic and rubber. However, SanDisk advertises an IP55 water and dust rating on the box for this drive. So if you're in a dusty, wet environment, hey, this actually may be one of the better drives on this list. But I'd really hesitate to just nonchalantly toss this in a bag or something like that because the plastic just isn't that high quality. Now let's talk about a pet peeve of mine, activity lights. The Glyph Atom SSD has a annoyingly bright activity light, as does the Lacey and Seagate drives, although to a lesser extent. The Samsung drive, the T5, does a pretty good job, slightly less intense than a Glyph Atom. Western Digital drive and the SanDisk drive lack activity lights outright, which is great in my opinion. Now finally, let's talk about portability. The Samsung T5 is, to me, the most portable drive on this whole list. It's a little bit wider than some of the candy bar style drives, but it's shorter by far than any other drive on this list, and it's just a super compact package. The Western Digital drive is also pretty compact, as is the SanDisk Extreme portable SSD. It even has a carabiner attachment for easy travel. Now let's rank these devices by price. The least expensive drives are the MyPassport and the SanDisk Extreme, followed by the Samsung T5, the Seagate Fast SSD, the portable SSD from Lacey, and the Glyph Atom, which is no surprise given its build quality. So if you're looking for the cheapest 1TB external SSD, the Western Digital MyPassport fits the bill. However, if you're looking for the best portable SSD on this list, in my opinion, given everything we've considered, the Samsung T5 is the best SSD on this list when it comes to price, when it comes to portability, when it comes to durability, and just overall design. Obviously, the Glyph Atom SSD is the best built, but when it comes to the full package, the Samsung T5, in my opinion, is the best external USB-C SSD for the MacBook Air. Let me know what you think in the comments. This is Jeff with 9to5 Mac.